So now next setting which we have to do, guys, that should be on our own Windows machine, and just to turn that machine as a router. Otherwise you don't have to do it. Configuration on router protocols, grp protocols, egrp protocols, etc. You don't have to worry at all. Most of the time the network team will be there, and unless you have 8 and 15 years of experience working as an architect, then only they expect you to know all the protocols and you should know how to work on router. Otherwise a dedicated network guy or dedicated network team will be there, so you don't have to worry about it. Even if some interviewer is asking, you can say no, I have not worked on router. Definitely you can say that, right? So to make these changes you have to go to reg edit of this machine. I am going to maximize this machine from it run, or from PowerShell also you can do. The command is reg edit, which is registry edit. Okay? Registry editor. So it's reg edit. I've given the path everything in the OneNote. If you don't get it, let me know. From here I have to go to local machine, right? Hardware key, local machine. Then I have to go to system. Under system I'll have to search some control set. Is there? Yeah, current control set. There I will have to go. Under current control set service, don't worry, you don't have to remember this. I've given it already, right? Then here somewhere you find TCP. TCP IP you get, and then after TCP IP, performance parameters you go. Under parameters you find it's either here or somewhere here. Yeah, here it is, right? So IP enable router, right? Quickly, I think Prabha joined late and two more, so I'll quickly repeat. To convert this virtual machine as a router, to make this server as a router, you have to go to registry editor. To go to registry editor, you go to run and type a command called reg edit, and then you come to register. Then you keep on expanding from computer to local machine to system to current control set, services, TCP IP, and parameters. Under parameters, you search for this option IP enabler, and this value is 0. Just make it 1. Click OK, and that's it. That's all you had to do. One thing is pending, which is your restart. You may have to restart this machine, right? So let's quickly
Can
read.
you ping us,
Sorry.
can you ping us that path on editor, registry editor, that path which you changed? No,
Hmm.
ping us. Can you ping that to us on?
It's already there
No.
in your OneNote. It's already there.
Okay, it's there. Okay.
If you go to OneNote, Azure Network, UDR Practical, here it is. Got it?
Yes. Okay.
Right. So I'm restarting the machine. Once that is done, we should be able to uh, ping the other machine, and we should be able to do the reset. So it was 10.0.2.4, right? Can you see, guys? It is pinging now. It is again pinging. So the connectivity has been established, but it was already done. It was already there. Was that my practical? No. My practical was,
Not restart.
yes. My practical was that whether I am able to uh, route the traffic, whether I'm doing to route the traffic, right? So I'll again do the reset to the same IP. Can you see now the difference between first result and now? Now my traffic is going from here to network virtual appliance first, and then it is going to my destination. So now whatever control, whatever traffic, whatever firewall, whatever NSG, it could have NSG also. One good example, let me share one example with you. Let's say that this machine of mine has a website, right? Now from here, if I access the website, it will work, right? But or RDP, uh, which are the default rules, guys? Default rules कौन सा है NSG में?
Six, three
Internet
inbound,
only.
Hmm.
outbound.
Okay,
Three inbound
forget
and
forget.
three
Let's forget that.
outbound.
Let's forget that. Okay, basic rule. Any basic rule which I have enabled on this NSG, on my destination NSG, if I have enabled RDP, will I be able to take RDP from this machine to this machine? I have enabled.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
is RDP one of the default rules? Is RDP one of the
No.
default rules?
Oh, no.
So imagine all these three machines, they have default rules on all the subnets. Now I have enabled RDP on destination NSG. Will I be able to take RDP to this machine or not?
No.
Why not?
Because we need to give that, I mean, set that rules on the router itself.
Perfect.
Because the
Yes.
traffic is, yeah.
Every traffic it's moving. I mean, there also you have to do it for sure. वहां पर भी आपको करना ही है, right? Because it is not directly bypassing your NSG, but there is one more NSG or there is one more subnet in between now. So whatever you want to do, whatever rules you want to do, you will have to do it on the both. If you want to block something, it's okay. एक पे ही कर दो काफी है. But if you want to allow something, you'll have to do it on both. अगर आपने RDP राउटर वाले इस पे इनेबल कर रखा है, बट वहां पर जाके ब्लॉक कर रखा है डेस्टिनेशन पे, then will it work?
No.
Again, it won't work, right? It is as good as आपका जो सबनेट और निक वाला है कॉन्सेप्ट, उसी को समझ लो आप. Is this clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
Any
Yeah.
doubts, any questions?
It doesn't matter if router PM we created as water is start or turn off. It does matter.
It does matter, obviously. If it is not started, then how will your traffic
Yeah.
I just did not log into that, but it when I rebooted, look at this, it is in running condition. I just did not log
Hmm.
it back to in, right? What did I
Okay.
do? I configured and I click on restart. तो वो backend में restart हो गया. मैंने बस उस पर लॉग इन नहीं किया बिकॉज मेरा कॉन्फ़िगरेशन उस पर हो चुका था. बट इफ इट इज इन स्टॉप मोड, लेट मी शो इट टू यू. आपका ट्रैफिक जाएगा ही कैसे? वही तो डिवाइस है जो आपके ट्रैफिक को ये कर रहा है. इफ योर राउटर इज डाउन, कोई ट्रैफिक नहीं चलेगा आपका. इट इज एज गुड एज आप अपने घर का इंटरनेट का ये ले लो एग्जांपल. आईएसपी आप है, लैपटॉप आप है, राउटर डाउन है. विल यू बी एबल टू मेक एनी कनेक्शन और विल यू बी एबल
No.
टू एक्सेस एनीथिंग?
Got it.
I just did not log into that server because my work on that server was done. The moment I converted, I did those changes in regedit. That server started acting as a router. So I did not have to do anything. Can you see? I shut down the router and now what is happening? See, I shut down the router machine here. Look at this. This machine I have turned off. I didn't even have to log in. Router machine I have turned off. It is being shut down now. So the moment you shut down your router machine, it is being deallocated, which means shut down. So your traffic, it's not flowing. Can you see? Yes, guys, any doubts, any questions? Yes, no, maybe.
Sohail bhai, why
Yes.
we need to route the traffic through this NAV router? Is that
अभी तो
very
एक्सप्लेन किया था यार.
इसकी नहीं नहीं इसकी बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है कि डायरेक्ट तो वैसे भी वो हो रहा है वैसे भी
It
तो
is
नेटवर्क
happening,
का
but now I have
कम्युनिकेशन हो ही रहा है
250
लेकिन वो
servers in one subnet, 250 servers in other subnet, and I want to control the traffic.
हम्म
Traffic तो move हो रहा है, but I want to have a control on that. कि ये नहीं
हम्म
चलना चाहिए, वो नहीं चलना चाहिए, इतनी ज्यादा लिमिट का पैकेट सेंड नहीं होना चाहिए, 5 MB से ज्यादा ट्रांसफर नहीं होना चाहिए. How will I control that? I can do that on every individual machine. But isn't it a better idea that I put one appliance in between और सारा का सारा ट्रैफिक मैं उसी अप्लायंस पे करूँ, मॉनिटर भी वहीं से करूँ, ब्लॉग भी वहीं से करूँ, allow भी वहीं से करूँ.
अच्छा.
Got it? It is as good as if you consider uh, two classrooms, right? Students can come and go from here and there. There is no hurdle. You're just putting one monitor, one student, one head boy, one monitor in between them. So he will check whether, okay, you want to go? Do you have permission? Why do you want to go? What work do you have? Is it even good idea for you to go there, or you should be blocked, right? So you're not
Okay,
creating a
understood.
path here. You're just putting one hurdle in between so you can monitor the traffic. Yes, guys, any doubts, any questions, anything else on this topic before I delete? Yes, guys, please feel free to ask. Just because I have explained, if you do not understand, does not mean you won't ask. If you haven't, please ask. We do have the setup in front of us. I'll be deleting it now, then I won't be creating it again. So if you have any questions, any doubts, please do ask. Clear to everyone? Deepak, Hanif,
Yes.
Imran, Prabhat,
Yeah.
Charuk, Sonali,
Yes, yes.
Sunil, Tessin.
Yeah.
Fine. I'm deleting it then. Okay, done. I'm deleting it. It's done. Now let's quickly start with Azure Bastion. It is not that huge topic, not big topic, but very important. Again, I have not seen this being used very frequently, but yes, we do use. Right. So when we go to Azure Bastion, anyone has any idea what Azure Bastion is?
No.
No problem. Let's go ahead and start with Azure Bastion. So guys, Azure Bastion, how do you connect to your virtual machines? Whenever now you're creating the virtual machine, how are you connecting to your virtual machines? You as in not asking in generic, you guys, specifically you in this training, how are you guys connecting to your virtual machines?
With RDP,
RDP, right? And what do you require for RDP?
IP address,
Public IP or private will do?
yes, both. But we
Now,
require the
as of
public
now,
IP
you
Public,
don't
connection.
have any VPN,
public.
right? Public
Yeah,
IP.
public IP,
Right.
public
So what
IP.
did I tell you guys that we never use public IP in this environment? Which one? In production environment, right? Mostly you will see all private IPs. So now if you want to connect and if you do not want to use any sort of public IP on the virtual machine, how will you do it? So if you go to virtual machines, when you go to connect, this is the connect one, right? So if I click here on connect, I see some options. One of them is your RDP, basic RDP, which we have been doing, right? Even if I download the file, it is RDP, right? Admin center, don't worry, it's with old one. SSH, we do it on Linux, right? Console, we have already seen, जहाँ से हम commands वगैरह run करते हैं, password reset वाला command. So these are the methods of connecting to your virtual machine. So if you get an interview questions that what are the methods using you can connect to a machine, don't just say RDP. It's not only RDP, right? It's RDP, it's admin center. By the way, admin center is only for Windows. It doesn't work on Linux. SSH and serial console. Serial console where you can use the commands. Example, you have forgotten your password, you want to reset the password, you've forgotten your username, you want to enable RDP. RDP enable ही नहीं कर रखा machine level पे तो RDP लोगे कहाँ से? You want to do that using command. So you can use serial console. Apart from this, there is one more method which is called Bastion. Can you see this?
Yes.
So now what is Bastion? Let me quickly open this OneNote. I will go the theory part and then I'll show you the practical. Bastion, one of the costliest services, and it takes 20 minutes for us to deploy. Hence, I have already deployed. तो मैं आपको सारा screen बता दूंगा कि क्या क्या options क्या होता है. And later on, I will use the one which I have already deployed, not the one which we are deploying now. We will not deploy it now. It takes 20 minutes. We don't have that much of time, right? So Azure Bastion, I think it's here under compute. Okay. Azure Virtual Machine connection, how to connect to your VM. Azure Bastion, VPN, firewall, netting rule, jump server. As of now, we're discussing Azure Bastion, right? What is Azure Bastion? Azure Bastion, it's a service which enables you to securely and seamlessly RDP or SSH to your VM. Here I'm reading, guys, by the way, if you want. Okay, so Azure Bastion service enables you to securely, it is an integrated service, by the way. Okay? It is a service which enables you to securely and seamlessly RDP and SSH to your virtual machines in your Azure virtual network or Azure portal, I can say, without exposing a public IP on the VM, which means you don't have to have one public IP on VM. Public IP की जरूरत नहीं है. The machine on which I am going to practice, it has a public IP, but that is optional. Or I think I have already removed it. Let's see. अगर होता भी तो we are not using that public IP. Okay. Direct from the Azure portal without the need of any additional client, agent, or piece of software. Azure Bastion is fully platform managed, a PaaS service, right? It provisions or it lets you use the inside virtual network. It uses the port 443. By the way, this is old. इसमें एक new update आया है आज ही, मतलब update पुराना है. I checked it today, so I will change it. It's not only from Azure portal. It used to be the drawback of Azure Bastion, but we have seen some changes now. I will explain it to you. What is the requirement for that? What is the requirement for VPN gateway, guys? VPN gateway बनाने के लिए what is the requirement? Very basic and first requirement. What is it to create a VPN gateway?
Default gateway.
Yes, guys, if you keep forgetting things, then how will you cope up? एक default gateway चाहिए आप लोगों को, right? एक gateway चाहिए, and what should be the name of that gateway?
Could be router or
Default gateway.
default
Is
gateway.
it only default gateway? If I create a subnet using default gateway, will it work?
The name of the gateway, subnet will be subnet gateway.
Is it subnet gateway?
Gateway subnet.
कितना confusion है, guys? See, this
Gateway
is what
subnet.
happens when you don't practice. Yes, सिर्फ gateway लिख देने से भी नहीं होगा, सिर्फ ये लिख देने से भी नहीं होगा, right? You will require a proper subnet जिसमें आपको subnet का भी words आना चाहिए, right? Somewhere here we have written, और जहाँ जिस portal पे जिसने की होगी practice, you guys will know this, and here also I have written somewhere like gateway subnet, right? The name has to be gateway subnet, so we cannot just have gateway. Gateway subnet has to be there. So similarly, if you want to have Bastion, you should have one subnet. उसका नाम होना चाहिए आपका Azure Bastion subnet. Bastion subnet से भी नहीं चलेगा. Or what is it? Yes, it is Azure Bastion subnet. सिर्फ Bastion subnet लिखने से नहीं चलेगा. सिर्फ Azure Bastion लिखने से भी नहीं चलेगा. The name has to have exactly like this, Azure Bastion subnet. Is it clear, guys, to everyone? Yes, guys. Yes, no, maybe. Any doubts?
Yes, yes.
तो जिस तरह से आपको VPN गेटवे के लिए एक गेटवे सबनेट चाहिए, similarly to have a Azure Bastion, you required a subnet named Azure Bastion subnet. So if I have a virtual network in which I have in total address 256 and I have already used a default gateway of 256 और जिसमें मैंने 250 machines already बना दी है, can I create a Azure Bastion subnet on that? Did you get the questions, guys? Let's say that I have a virtual network. Total address space is I'm getting 256 IP addresses. I have used all of them. एक default subnet जो बनता है ना, उसी में मैंने पूरे 256 बना लिए. And out of this 250 पे मेरे virtual machines है. Now I am saying कि यार ये virtual machines जो है ना, इस पर public IP है. I don't want that. Can you guys please? I have heard something you have Azure Bastions, ऐसे कुछ product होता है. Can you guys please do that for me? So looking at this current infrastructure, what do you think? Will you be able to host the Azure Bastion subnet, and will you be able to give this client Azure Bastion?
No, actually, we have used that
Yes.
256.
Why so confusion, guys? इतना time क्यों? It's very simple. You have used all the services. You have used all the address pool. आपने जो subnet बना लिया है, उसके बाद there is no scope to create another subnet. And the first requirement of Bastion is to have one subnet named Azure Bastion subnet. So if you cannot create that subnet, you cannot create Bastion. If you cannot create Bastion, you cannot give services of Bastion. Right? But what comes to your mind? What can be another thing? I don't want to reconfigure my network वगैरह सब कुछ नहीं करना है मुझको. You tell me what can be done. Yes, guys, quickly, please. We have less time. We have to cover.
Cider.
Sorry.
In this, we can't delete as well, right? So
No,
we
no,
can't
no.
free up the
My 250
space,
machines
and
are
we
very
have
important.
already
I won't
250
allow you to
virtual
delete
machines.
anything. No, you can't delete.
Yeah,
Simple.
yeah,
Next.
correct. We can't delete.
Yes, guys. What next?
We can create the another subnet.
Can you? I had 256 IP address in total. I just told you in default I have used 256.
Hmm.
Yes. What next? We have already done that. Whatever I'm asking, we have already done that thoroughly. Think about it, guys. Yes.
Cider.
No, what do you mean by cider, Sunil? What will
No,
a cider do? Cider could have, done if my default subnet wouldn't have used everything. Cider चलो ये 256 को भी मैं जो है ना 16 16 या 125 एड्रेस में डिवाइड कर सकता था. बट व्हेन अगर वो अनयूज्ड होते तब आई हैव
Yeah, I
ऑलरेडी
got
यूज्ड
it.
द साइडर. डिफॉल्ट में मैंने पूरा रेंज यूज कर लिया. यस दीपक, इमरान, सोनाली, व्हाट कम्स टू योर माइंड?
Uh,
Is it like
uh,
default
IP address,
setting?
we can change the class of, and we
नो
can
नो
use.
नो नो, आई
No,
डोंट वांट टू
no,
चेंज.
no.
दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. वंस वीएम इज क्रिएटेड दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. उसके लिए पूरे 250 वीएम्स को मुझको चेंज करना पड़ेगा, विच इज नॉट पॉसिबल, नॉट एट ऑल. चलो, आई गिव यू वन हिंट.
250.
I can't do anything here, but I can create a new VNet. Under new VNet, I'll have a default subnet, whatever the range minimum, and here I'll have a Azure Bastion subnet. On this, I will have Azure Bastion. ये हो गया. Now you tell me, how do I connect these two?
Pairing.
Yes. So wasn't that simple? We have VNet
Yeah.
pairing. Why are you forgetting that? You can't do it in here, but you can create another virtual network. वहां पे इसको होस्ट करो और VNet pairing से इनको जोड़ दो. Got it?
Yeah.
Yes.
See guys, this should come to your mind. Your interviewer इसी तरह से आपको क्वेश्चंस आने वाले हैं. एंड इफ यू क्लेमिंग कि आपने 5 साल काम किया ना, तो ये इमीडिएटली आ जाता है माइंड में. राइट. सो प्लीज मेक श्योर कि सारी सर्विसेज को आप माइंड में लेकर चलो. डोंट जस्ट फोकस ऑन व्हाट वी आर रीडिंग टुडे. whatever we have been doing, whatever we have done, try to scratch your head कि हाँ ठीक है यार, peering भी तो हो सकता है. Right wrong that is secondary, we'll see it here. This is the place to practice. Don't practice in your interview. If you don't speak here, वहां पर कुछ भी गलत बोल दोगे, doesn't make sense. यहाँ पर आप गलत बोलो, I'm here to correct you. Even if I don't know, we'll go ahead, Google, YouTube, etc. कुछ करेंगे, but ultimately we'll come up with a correct answer before you face your interviewer. Right? So yes, peering we can do. But in this case, we are not doing that. We'll simply go ahead. Because normally, I told you, network बहुत पेशेंटली डिजाइन होता है. एंड दे डू कंसिडर ऑल दीज थिंग्स कि किसी दिन बैशन बनाना पड़ेगा, कभी आप लोगों को वीनेट बनाना पड़ेगा, गेटवे बनाना पड़ेगा. तो बहुत लंबा चौड़ा स्कोप छोड़ा होता है. सो यू नेवर फेस दिस प्रॉब्लम इन योर रियल टाइम. एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम वेयर यू विल बी हायर्ड, स्क्रैच वालों से, स्क्रैच के लिए आपको हायर भी नहीं करेंगे. देयर दे विल हैव देयर ओन इंजीनियर्स, 10 15 साल के एक्सपीरियंस के साथ आर्किटेक्ट, वो सब बना चुके होंगे. बाय द टाइम यू गो, सब कुछ बन चुका होगा. बट इंटरव्यूअर डेफिनेटली पूछेगा. आई टोल्ड यू अज़ूर फायरवॉल यूज होता भी नहीं है, बट इंटरव्यूअर विल डेफिनेटली आस्क यू. राइट. सो वी हैव टू क्लियर द इंटरव्यू एटलीस्ट. जॉब करने के लिए पहले इंटरव्यू क्लियर करना जरूरी है. राइट. वी हैव टू स्टडी ऑल दोस थिंग्स जो इंटरव्यू में भी पूछे जाने वाली है. Okay, so Bastion, guys, Bastion, it's the key. Using that, you can control or you can access a machine without having a public IP. Right? How is it being charged? It is charged by hourly rate and the data which is being transferred. जब आप एक्सेस करते हो तो डेटा यहाँ वहाँ ट्रांसफर होता है. इसको आप लोग Azure कैलकुलेटर पे चेक कर लेना. नाउ आई वोंट स्पेंड टाइम ऑन दिस. I hope you guys are aware of Azure Calculator, right? But pricing का questions admin वाले interview में कभी नहीं आता है. Still, for your curiosity, if you want, यहाँ पर चले जाओ आप. Go ahead, search for Bastion, Azure Bastion, ठीक है? View. इसको आप चेंज कर सकते हैं INR वगैरह में भी for your better understanding if you want. कि if I have a basic tier of Azure Bastion, it is going to cost me this much. We are imagining कि 5 GB का डेटा जो है यहाँ से वहाँ ट्रांसफर होगा. तो लेट्स से 100 GB. सो टोटल आई बी चार्ज इतना ये होगा, चार्ज होगा इसका. ये मंथली 730 आवर्स मतलब मंथली चार्जेस बता रहा है. ठीक है. इफ आई गो अहेड विद स्टैंडर्ड, दिस इज व्हाट आई विल गेट. इफ आई गो अहेड विद प्रीमियम, दिस इज व्हाट आई विल बी चार्ज. विल सी व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन देम. बट चार्ज आप यहाँ से देख सकते हो. ठीक है. नाउ लेट्स गो अहेड एंड क्रिएट बैशन और सी एटलीस्ट हाउ टू क्रिएट बैशन. आई हैव ऑलरेडी क्रिएटेड वन. At least you can go ahead and see. See, I have already created, hence I'm able to see this go to Bastion. I'll go to another machine. Okay, both of them are in same VNet, I guess. Fine. Uh, let's check any other machine which doesn't have Bastion. Here it is. If you do not have a Bastion, this is how you see deploy Bastion. Here I have already have the Bastion, hence it is saying go to Bastion. Okay. So this is how you see. So you want to create a Bastion. This is where you can go under connect and you can deploy a Bastion from here. Or you can search for a service called Bastion and you can start creating from here. Look at this. I have already created one, but we are going to see it. So you click on create Bastion, select your subscription, your resource group. There is no technical, I would say compatibility issue or technical need that it has to be in the same resource group. I am creating because I want to delete it easily. Give any name, Bastion 2, 21, whatever it is. Guys, most of the time, right, it is must that wherever your machines are, your Bastion should be in the same region. If my machines are in East US, if I look at these machines, and I'm planning to have that Bastion for these machines, these are in East US. And if I create it in West US 3, वो मेरे कोई काम का नहीं रहेगा. Okay, so make sure we create it in same region. And to avoid such things, it's always better that you come here and you create it from here. Most of the things will be taken care of already. Right? So make sure you select the same region. Availability zone, we don't want anything, or it's okay. No availability zone. Tier, basic, standard, premium. Developer also we have. Earlier we only had basic and standard. Nowadays we have premium as well. One of the favorite questions of the interview, what are the differences between basic tier and standard tier or premium tier? So there are many differences. Here is the table I have given already. ये आपको डेवलपर में क्या क्या मिलेगा क्या नहीं मिलेगा. You can go ahead and read it. I can send this image to you. But the key difference which you can say in your interview and which is a new feature which wasn't there earlier, and I told you that was a drawback of Bastion, कि Bastion किसी से आपको किसी को Bastion के थ्रू VM करवाना एक्सेस करवाना हो तो you have to give them the Azure portal का access. Azure portal के बिना आप Bastion deploy ही नहीं कर सकते थे. But nowadays they have created one more feature called shareable link, जिससे आपको Azure portal का भी access नहीं देना पड़ेगा किसी को. Right? So shareable link, it is not available in basic and developer SKU. It is only available in standard and premium. Right? Session recording, it is not available in standard also. Session recording, it's only available in premium. Right? So these are the differences you can read. इसमें से दो चार पढ़ लेना बस. You don't have to understand all of these. Don't worry. Good. So we are going ahead with premium as of now. Instance count, कि कितने Bastion बन सकते हैं वहां पर. Premium you can go till 50. Basic, you can only have 2 of them. Right? Virtual network, you will select the same virtual network where your machines are residing. Now can you see this virtual network doesn't have any Azure Bastion subnet, hence I am not able to create Azure Bastion subnet. Can you see it, guys? And
Yes.
here I can go and then create a Bastion subnet. So when you go to subnet, look at this. If I select Azure Bastion, it will automatically take the name. You don't even have to do anything. You create a Bastion subnet here. Done. And here it is. You have got it. Right? Public IP. Yes, you will have to give a public IP to Azure Bastion. Click next. Here it is. Now, because I have selected basic, it doesn't give me these options, shareable link, etc. Let's go ahead and select premium and go to advanced. Look at this shareable link. I'll explain it to you. What is the shareable link? Right? And you just have to click. What is this Kerberos authentication, etc.? I'm not explaining too much to cover. इतना detail में नहीं पूछता है कोई bastion पे. Whatever they ask, we have already covered. Still, if you guys want, simply click here. Simply click here, click on this. It will give you more information. What is Kerberos authentication? What is native client support? Shareable link I'm going to do. What is session recording? You already know. I mean, it's self-explanatory, right? So you just have to create. It takes 20 minutes to get created, and it is very costly resource. So I'm not creating it again. Now, the one which I have already created, this is how it looks. Azure Bastion. Okay, here you can see the public IP of Bastions, etc. Everything is there, but you don't require. So if you want someone to access Azure Bastion, there are two methods. One is you give this shareable link to them, right? Here it is. You'll have to create the link, by the way. Shareable link will be created. You give this shareable link to them. If I want you guys to access my VM1 only, I will do this. And I will give you this shareable link, and you guys will be able to log into my machine using the browser only. You don't even have to go to my portal, no RDP, nothing. And my machine doesn't have public IP. Look at this. If this is there, provided you have user ID and password, you'll be able to log into my machine. I'll be sharing this with you guys. Let me know if you guys are able to access this link. Login failed for some reason. That's okay. We don't have to worry. We never have to worry about these things, guys. OS level issues, etc. Right? Our connectivity, the moment you got the login page, you have done the job. So try to log into this and let me know if you're able to log in. Meanwhile, this is not the only method. Let's say I go to this machine. Please. And I click here and click on Bastion. And here also I can type my user ID and password. Now, why will we do this? Imagine that I have 250 machines here in this subnet, right? Is it a sensible idea to have 250 public IPs on those machines in terms of cost, in terms of security, वगैरह? Is it a sensible idea? Yes, guys? Yes, no, maybe. What do you think? Is it a sensible idea to have 250 machines on public IP?
No.
No. So I can have
No.
this using Bastion. I can come here and remaining machines, I can go from this machine. I can connect to those machines. Look at this. Now I am in machine number VM1 10.0.10.2.0.4 and I'm trying to connect to VM1 or VM2. And for that matter, any VM I can connect. Is subnet में, अलग subnet में, right? N number of subnets, whatever is there. And if I have VNet pairing, तो अलग VNet में भी. Got it, guys? Yes, no, maybe. Any doubt, any questions?
Yes, yes.
Yes, guys, any doubts? Others? So I told you initially the shareable link was not there. So the drawback was, okay, if you want someone to access your machine as using Azure Bastion, आपको उनको portal का access देना ही पड़ता था. Because it can be deployed only from here. I mean, that was the old case. यहीं से deploy हो सकता था ये. आप readable access दे दो, but at least ये access देना ही पड़ेगा. So at least that person will come and he knows कि अच्छा आपके पास ये resource group भी है, ये नाम भी है, अच्छा ये use करो आप readable भी दे दो तो भी ये सब उसको पता चलेगा. If you did not want that person to know, still that person would know. Unless you create a custom role. In RBAC we have custom roles as well. If you can create a custom role और उसमें सिर्फ इतना बताओ उसको and then यहाँ से वो deploy करे, that is done. But nowadays we have a shareable link which I shared with you guys. Someone confirmed that you are getting the login page, which means it's good enough. So this is what your Bastion is. And just for your information, let me show you. My VM1 doesn't have a public IP. Can you see? So without you
Yeah.
having a public IP, without setting up the without setting up the VPN site to site or point to site, if I want to connect my machine, this is how I can do it. VPN कब करेंगे हम? When I know there are thousands of machine, ये सब है. और site to point VPN कब करेंगे? Point to site when I know these 5 people they frequently want to access my machine. But today just one auditor wants to audit something for half an hour, and I don't have public IP on my machine, and I can't get him in my private IP address. Do you think it's a sensible idea कि half an hour के लिए मैं पूरा VPN setup कर दूं?
No.
No.
Right? So this is where you can use it. Yes, Sanif, good. You are also getting it. Got it, guys?
Yeah.
So we have
Yes.
3 minutes left in this session. I'm deleting Bastion. Next we are going to do is firewall. Any questions on Bastion, please do ask. I can delete this. If you quickly want to see here, you get the shareable link. If you want to create it for another machine as well, you can create for whatever resource you want to create. You can create under configuration. Yeah, one thing very good. I came here. Frequently asked question. Can you change the SKU? I created the this one with standard, and now I want to go to basic. I'm not using the features. Can I do that? I mean, interview question आता है ये. I want you guys to register this in your mind.
I
And even if
I
they don't
thought we
ask,
can upgrade.
can I change it? My question wasn't the upgrade. Can I change it?
The
Yes,
Bastion
we
is already
Yes.
created, so that won't be able to change it, I guess.
No. So if you say upgrade, that is correct answer. If you say can't change it, that is partially correct answer or partially incorrect. So let me quickly explain it to you. You can't downgrade it. If you have created using standard, you cannot go for developer and basic. But if you have created using standard, you can go to premium. Similarly, if you have created using basic, you can't go to developer. In short, you can upgrade it, you can't downgrade it. So can you change it? Yes, you can change it, but in one method. You can upgrade it, you can't downgrade it. Is it clear, guys, to everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Great. Please remember this. Don't fumble with this one. बहुत ही basic questions है Bastion के. If you are able to clear answer properly and get through the Bastion topic, it gives very good impression कि हाँ यार Bastion पता है काम किया है. Guys, please keep yourself on mute unless you have any questions. And I'm deleting the Bastion. Bastion takes 20 minutes to get created, same like virtual network gateway, and it is very costly resource, guys. Right? Now look at this. I have used. I don't know how much I have spent on this one. So if you guys are using each other's subscription, please be careful, be responsible. Someone has given you access on their subscription. Do not misuse. Last time it happened. Please don't do that. Right? Create it. I'm not saying don't create it. Bastion, please practice. I want every one of you. In fact, I'm going to give you a task. I want you to create a Bastion shareable link and send me the screenshot of that shareable link and of your VM without public IP. And I want you to do that, but immediately delete it. Take a screenshot and delete it. Okay. We'll take a break of 5 minutes, guys. See you at 4:25, and we'll start with Azure Firewall. Same link we are going to use.
Okay.